Hello and welcome to the B Button. I'm your host Baron Marf, and I'm joined as always by the legend, the one and only, the man of the hour, the AngryLink. Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
buddy.
Somewhat enthused.
Yes.
Yeah, no, doing alright. Yeah, plodding along.
Yeah, little week of gaming, little cheeky week of gaming, was it?
Well, it's after finally digested all of the E3 stuff, it's kind of settled back down now, so, a bit more opportunity to game, and no, not really. I haven't. It's been somewhat of a heatwave in Britain this week, or last week, obviously, but it was just too hot for me.
Yeah.
I just, again, got a couple of books that I've been waiting for, and thought it was a good time to
Fan yourself with them.
Yeah, well, I'm not moving other than my eyes and the occasional turning of a page, so it's not too sweaty a job.
Heroic effort.
Yeah.
What about your stake of the ground? Specifically, and let's be specific for those who weren't here last week, you said you were doing a bit of trophy hunting. You said Sword Art Online, you were specifically going after the legendary weapon trophy, which means get yourself a legendary weapon. Yeah. Did you get one?
Yeah. Smashed it within a couple of hours after recording said declaration.
Right, that's not really much of a challenge then, was it?
No, well, it turned out that I'd started amassing a collection already.
Collection of?
Well, you don't actually get legendary weapons. You can't find them from drops or defeating enemies.
Right.
What you'll get is a base weapon. I just didn't realise that these were the ones, because I'd moved into the last area.
Right.
And I didn't realise that most of all of the main boss chests from that area all contain the base weapons. So I've got a rapier. Sorry, I've got a sword that's in the style of a rapier.
He's a bit rapier than usual.
I've got a scimitar. I've got daggers. I've gone back and collected 4 one-handed swords. So
basically, I thought you were saying you're walking around picking up twigs and bits of mud and being hold on, wait, these are weapons from the guards.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit like that, but no, it's a bit of blacksmithing's all that's required.
I love that.
So you just keep evolving the weapon.
Either A, the sword's got to be absolutely massive when you first get it, and then they just hammer it down into something sharp, or B, it's just a little bit of a paint job over a shitty looking sword over the top of a really nice one, and you crack the paint and ta-da!
Yeah. But it's a pain in the ass to get all the materials required to get them up to, because you can do the first stage of, there's 3 tiers of legendary status, obviously the third tier being the highest and producing the most powerful one, the biggest damage sword or DPS sword.
Yeah, baby.
And obviously the second one's slightly less better. Yeah. And then obviously I just thought, fuck it, to get the trophy, let's smash out just a quick first tier legendary. It's a solid, decent sword.
Smash out a cheeky first tier.
I can give that to one of the NPCs
that's
in the party, so they've got something decent to smash some people up with. But it's the materials. Like I said, the legendary materials are a pain in the arse. But luckily, Bandai Namco Entertainment, that's got to all be capitals as well.
Bandai Namco!
Yeah. They released the DLC before I started actually playing it. That gives you loads of these materials for free. So nice. I've skipped out a shit ton of grinding and farming.
So is this where they go, hey, we've got some bigger, badder, cooler shit that we're going to release in some sort of paid for pack, so to get you up to snuff so you can go and get this shit,
I think
here's a leveler.
I think it was more of an apology over the shitty, really, really shitty drop rates.
Nice.
So you're sort of oh right, I've got 1,000 of them that just drop normally, and I've got 2 out of the 30 I need of them. Great.
So you big dicked it up, obviously did a tier 1, got your trophy, smug as fuck.
Yeah.
But what does that mean? Other weapons?
Just came in through getting some of the others done. So because I'm going to try and smash this out of the platinum.
So what weapon did you get? What was the one that you did for your tier 1?
One-handed legendary sword.
Basically your bread and butter, smash them in the face with the sword thing.
Yeah, then I'm going to go, obviously, I've got another 2 ready to evolve, because I'm going to do a tier 2 one and a tier 3 one. So obviously dual wields.
What's the point of the tier 2? You've got tier 1, go straight to tier 3.
Different attributes, so you'll get different buffs. So obviously the tier 3 one, or the tier 2 one gives you like a HP buff, or like a mana buff, or some shit like that.
Right.
And then obviously you'll have a massive power one and a good buff one.
It's getting deep.
But no, it's quite funny though, because there's a trick, because certain blacksmiths, this is the real pain in the arse, is obviously getting the materials, and boom, one sword, I've got to go and get all these materials again. Haha. It seems that there's a blacksmith that can recycle pretty much everything you put in. Like, if it doesn't work, it's cancel out, reload. They call it zoning, so you have to keep zoning every time. Yeah, that's the one I want. You go out to the different area and come back, so it saves. And then you just oh no, you've taken all my materials that took me fucking 18 hours to get. You can fuck off.
Yeah.
Click. I'll wait the 5 minutes for it to reload. That kind of shit. So it's a bit of doing of that now, getting the other base ones for the other weapon types.
Grindfest.
Yeah, it's a case of getting or chewing through the hours, getting the affinities up. Again, more trophy hunting.
I'm just exhausted listening to this man. I don't know if I have got the fucking willpower to
but I did get sort of halfway to completing it. I smashed out the first boss because he was just an arrogant prick. I just wanted to wipe that smug fucking cunt face of his.
I love the level of bitter hatred.
It's just one of these annoying characters that you just want to I thought he was going to be a real hard bastard, but he was a pussycat. I absolutely annihilated him.
Dude, you definitely ought to get onto like some Paper Mario Superstar Saga, something like that, where it's just like, I have fury. Like those enemies are like, great. You love to hate them, hate to love them.
The Mario ones have always got a certain charm though. This guy was just a prick.
I'd kick the living piss out of you.
But yeah, so that was pretty much the only sort of console gaming I did. Still smashing through Roguelife. I think that was
Roguelife.
I can't remember playing any other mobile game. If I did, it was because I loaded it up by accident.
Right.
I think I tried a couple out and they were really dog shit. So
what are you doing on Roguelife still, man?
It's amazing. It's because it's one that's, if I want to play it, it's a fun, engaging game where you've got to keep dodging and there's skill involved and timing and there's some gameplay. But if I don't, I can just sort of leave it and they'll take care of themselves and run through the level, and I can just quickly go, right, there's a big whole little mess of bullets coming in. I can do it like an ultimate attack and it will clear the screen of bullets. Great. I've sort of dodged a
you could back on autoplay.
And then, they keep on shooting away and taking care of business. So it's got a fairly good curve. So whilst I have probably spent about £6 over the weeks on the little packs, like you get the whole week's time bonuses, blah blah blah. It gives you enough stuff to do that you can collect stuff that you can keep progressing yourself slowly, admittedly, but you can still progress. Obviously, if you want to go and buy the shit, then you'll exponentially increase the time in which it takes.
Look how quickly I've bought my way out of playing that game.
But I don't want to spend shitloads of money on it. I could drop £100 on it, but I'm not that stupid. I go and fucking buy 2 bloody Xbox games and a PlayStation game.
So what have you got left to do?
Well, I've got a couple of characters to go through.
How many are there?
There's 12 characters, one of which costs £8.
What?
And you can't unlock him any other way other than going, here's £8. There's one that you've got, there's like 500 odd duel battles, like PvP battles. You don't have to win them, you just have to, no, I think you do have to win them.
Wait, that character, which is £8,
is really good.
If you are going to buy that character, you'll buy it day one.
Yeah.
At least get the joy of playing the game with that character, rather than just being like, I'm a completionist, I'm going to have to buy that now.
Yeah. No, it's one of those that, I don't care that much. I'm not intent on playing it that much to go near.
Brutal, man.
But it's great. It's a great game though. It's definitely worth buying the character because it's the only one that's got like homing.
No.
So you could be anywhere in the screen and you're just taking out shit. Damn. So I did very nearly play it.
Damn. Oh man, I don't know if I want to stop playing it now.
Speaking of stopping playing it, Did you manage to achieve your stake in the ground? Because that was, I believe, to stop playing puzzles and
Empires and Puzzles. That's right, Link. On this gaming podcast where we talk about our commitments to play games each week, I did make my stake in the ground that I was going to stop playing video games.
Well, at least a specific video game.
Yeah, that's right.
So you tried to do the whole sort of cold turkey, lock yourself in a room.
Babies crawling over the ceiling.
Yeah. How did that go?
Yeah, it's a fail. Massive fail. I've been playing the shit out of that game. Although I will say that my interest has been waning somewhat.
Or should it? You've been playing that game whilst you shit?
No. I'm not so much a turd gamer. I've never been a book reader either.
You're a shit chipper.
I'm a bit of a. It's like a military operation. I'm in there to do a job. Go in, get it done, get out. That's how I roll. But yeah, no. Back to the game itself. I'm slowing down on it. I'm easing my way off.
Ask a quick question. How many days did you last before you had to succumb to the temptation?
So I made the commitment during the recording, and I would say it was a good 3 hours at least before I played it.
So probably I'd completed mine just before you'd failed yours.
That's right. I was like,
well, parallel.
Kind of similar to, about buying that character on Road Life. I was like, if I fail it now, I can enjoy a week's worth of gaming, so done. Yeah. No, it's more just the fact that it's a gem, like 3 in a row game. It's a building your citadel game, and it's a leveling up your characters game. And I've fallen off of the gem aspect and gone a bit more like, right, get this character leveled up. And then to do that, I was like, right, I need to do a bit more like Citadel. Yeah. And it's just pulled me in. But the thing is like the upgrades and everything now are like, where before it was like, hit the button, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 3 hours, maybe,
How many days is it?
It's into like days now, and it's like 2 or 3 days.
My brother's been playing a mobile game. It was very similar to a game that he had years and years and years ago on like previous generation smartphones. And he's been playing it every day for about 400 days.
It is Snake, isn't it?
No. Oh. But again, it's one of these sort of PvP battler games. But he had one, and it was all about the battling and the citadel. But this is obviously, it's thrown in. You've got your hero, so you've got the leveling up and the RPG.
Yeah.
And, your typical sort of
collect loads of these just to try and level one of them up.
Yeah, that kind of shit. But yeah, he's been absolutely on that for days. Like say, the whole year's worth.
Well, the weird thing is like as I've been like playing it less and being like, meh, I'll give it less of a fuck. I'll like tell something to upgrade, and I'll be like, meh, and then take a day or so and come back and be like, that's just done in the next 5 minutes. Ding, right. And then I'll play it for a little bit, and then it'll take like an hour of my time because I'm like, I've got this resource and shit I've got, and then it's like done front. So it's somehow managed to track my interest level with its.
That's the good thing with these games, isn't it? Is as the interest wanes in it, you have to play it less to keep your foot interested.
And I haven't stumbled over the paywall yet.
No.
I haven't found it. Although I can feel the incline stand a bit like, this is more of a ramp now. And
it's one of those though, isn't it? It's just like, it'd be easy if you just, bought one of these.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
at the moment it's still very casual. Like, hey, we got those. Yeah, but no,
we've still got plenty in stock. You ever need it, just give us a shout.
Got that. Yeah. It's all friendly right now.
So obviously, having failed to not play that, did you get a chance to play anything else?
Well, first things first, I would just like to say I think I made a heroic effort to my commitment. But yeah, I have been playing something else. It's King of the Fighters 98. Yeah, Ultimate Online match. Woo!
What was probably close to going in with the stakers to stop playing it as well.
Yeah.
Which you thought, no, I can get rid of one, but not t'other.
Yeah.
Not both.
I've mostly been playing King of the Fighters. Yeah. Man, I've got to come off of that other game, so I've got to use King of the Fighters to do it. No, that game's amazing. I mean, it's so much better than Empires and Puzzles. It's really you've really sort of found the groove with it, and it's got into its stride. It's really weird. I found that sort of you can there's always loads of shit to collect. But I mean, there's loads of shit as in you go on the screen, it's like today's event, today's challenge, today's screen colour, there's something floating across the screen. By the way, you've got something in your colour. What's that? Oh, it's a bonus. You know, all that sort of thing.
It's that. There's all those psychological tricks. That's why all of these games feature RPG systems, because you've got little things that are always levelling up.
Lots of moving parts.
Oh, this is done. Congratulations.
Ding. Oh, good, because I was going to walk away. No, ding, that's done now.
Yeah, so
ding,
like you said, the little endorphin and serotonin triggers and all of these things that get you little...
But the dangerous thing with like King of the Fighters is they've baked it well with characters you know and love. Now, I'm not a massive King of the Fighters fan. I haven't got like some sort of huge
knowledge
of the history or why what happened. I was always Street Fighter, a little bit Mortal Kombat, a little bit Fate and Fury, but
probably like most of them, not really. If you used to ask him, what year was Ryu Hiraguchi's born?
Yeah, I was like,
who? Oh, so, right, yeah.
But what I do know is, like, you know, if somebody pointed to like some blonde bird with short hair, centre parting, long trousers and a shirt, and I'll be like, King, I know that character name, you know, as that character. And there's some in there which you think, that guy obviously looks like a main character, that guy looks like a bit of a badass, he's always doing nasty, he's got his arms hanging from his shoulders,
he's clearly sinister.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some of them I'm playing after, and it's just completely kept me enthralled all the way. And they've got this thing where if you basically go in, fuck everybody up, keep all your characters alive, walk out, 3-star it, you can then raid it for resource.
Yeah, but you do the quick... It's
we just press the button, raid.
Has it got the gay raid tickets?
It's got power that you use for the same principle, But I've never even come close to running out of power.
I'm like that with roguelike with the energy.
Yeah,
because I've been buying all the bread, which is their energy in it, because I've been doing the like weekly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've still... It goes up like 1,000 every week since I've been buying them. Like I was well over 1,000 on that first week, didn't go under 1,000, and then it jumped to over 2. Haven't gone under 2 that week. Then it's jumped to 3, which I haven't gone under, and it's like 4,500 now. And I'm just like, and I'm like you say, going through and doing loads, because I've got loads of these raid tickets. I'm just fucking, I need to, like you say, you do your daily quests. So if you do all of the daily quests, you get
your weekly bonus.
You get a little thingy daily bonus box, and
so like I've been finding more and more bits in the characters. So I'm like, oh shit! Not only can I level up like his armor and his weapon and this, but there's this XP specifically for this, and there's some XP specifically for that trophy, and there's some XP specifically for this. So you're hammering away, and then you find that you've got like a backlog of 10 hours worth of gameplay that you've not known it's been there, and you're like, I'm going to rinse this character, and you've got one guy with one overdeveloped arm going in there being like, whammy, getting some. So yeah, man, I'm still thoroughly enjoying it.
Really hooked you on that one.
Yeah, it's just a really solid gameplay as well.
Did you actually get to play anything else other than your mobile outings?
It's mostly so mobile has been the most predominant thing during the week, but a bit of Mario Kart. And I find that Mario Kart tends to be co-op only.
Yeah.
So I play it with other people. Do you know what? We're trying to smash out the 150cc with like 3 stars.
Yeah.
And to get 3 stars means you've got 4 races, you've got to finish first every time.
Yeah.
Get 60 points, 3 stars. Problem is because we only play it co-op, or I only play it co-op so much, you're always playing with somebody else who's pretty good at kart.
Hopefully, clearly is equal skill level.
And the nature of Mario Kart is that...
Well, the rubber banding of Mario Kart.
This is the point. The nature of Mario Kart is that you're playing 80% skill and 20% luck. And there is a roll of the dice element. That's why you get the blue shell on the red on the finish line and stuff like that happen to you. When you've got another player who's also effectively pushing the other pace cars, the elastic AI, further up the pack. So if you get like fucked to knock back for some reason, and then the other player's just like having a hooning match at first, they're making it harder for you to catch up. So, or you win one match and then that's it. If you don't, you can't let anybody else win after that. Otherwise, it's the same principle. And there is always that magic thing in Mario Kart, which is like, I'm just about to cross the line, and you take a massive dump on my chest and basically bag it up and call it a Christmas present, smash me around the face with it and take the line, and it's like, that's Mario Kart, bitch. That's Mario Kart.
The worst one I always used to hate was you'd be absolutely hooning it, and all of a sudden you just see, just in the corner of the screen, the green shell, and you'd be like, that's heading straight for me, and you're like, if I don't move, it's going to hit me, so you try and manoeuvre. And if you hadn't have moved, it wouldn't have hit you. You'd have been fine. And it's your manoeuvre that you've just gone trajectory fixed, bam. And yeah, like you say, you always just bounce just onto the line, and then someone just goes.
Do you know? I miss the days when bananas used to hit it, and you had to hit the brake to skid out. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it needs, and stuff like that, because I crossed a few lines being like, oh shit. But yeah, anyway, Mario Kart, just great. Co-op is a bit of a bitch. That's the way the cookie crumbles, really.
It's one of those, it's not that much of a bitch that you're like, that's really frustrating, I'm stopping playing this. It's like, I just get to have another go then.
I've got the carts I want to be able to cane around, so I'm pretty happy, and I've got all my stupid costumes on the go, all that. So yeah, I'm happy as Harry. But yeah, for me, it's still that thing that in Mario Kart you can fuck over your friends really badly, and they're just like, it's Mario Kart, bitch, and you just got, it's like, kart bro, kart, deal with it.
There are no rules. This is Fight Club.
Talking of Fight Club, that's the other game I've been playing, is Arms. Bit of punching.
How's that been going? Because I remember from last week, obviously you had a little a dabble.
A dabble indeed, yeah.
And you were saying that you hadn't really sort of clicked with it, or the motion control side of it.
Yeah, at the time I couldn't get my head around honing the punch.
Well, basically, you couldn't stop doing the doggy paddle.
Yeah, no, it's just
the Wii Sports.
Drum roll. With motions games, I'm really not a frantic sort of. I've never been that person sat on the couch sort of waving it around back and forth doing the tennis flap thing. But yeah, well, I worked out how to get it down pat, and that's to use a controller. Basically, fuck off the motion control. So the whole pitch of this game that Nintendo's been going on from day dot. If you actually want to play it precisely and win, use a controller. Yeah. You can do some, but I mean, I've kicked the living piss out of characters in that game. Some great combos where there's hands which are like slappy ones, they're big sort of elasticated, and you can do like double left, like the old slap to the face, slap.
Have you ever seen that the South Park one with all goes High School Musical? Like everyone at school's all singing and dancing and all of that stuff.
It rings a bell, but I don't remember it.
And it's like the new popular kid. He's really good at basketball, and he's really good dancer and singer. And his dad is like some really overly effeminate, like musical theatre guy. And it's just the way he's like slappity slap, double back slap, and stuff like that. And again, he's just going in this really elaborate throughout the whole episode. Every time someone annoys him because he's really violent, but it's only ever slaps. The double backhand slap. It's fucking brilliant. It's hilarious.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I've been slapping the shit out of people. It is solid. Yeah, it's a solid little game.
Yeah.
But little is the word as well. I mean, I'll give Nintendo their dues. They came up with some great variations on it. But you've got jump, you've got dodge left and right, you've got punches which swerve left, right, forward, back.
But then again, I can say one example to you, and again in a fighting game, is Street Fighter. All it's essentially is you've got your 8 directions in a series, and you've got three strength punches and 3 strength kicks.
I mean, Street Fighter is a lot more complex than Arms, but if you compare it
in the same way that what I was going to say is it's very simple, but is there a degree of complexity that you can?
Well, no. I mean, if you go for something even simpler like Punch Out, right, left, dodge left, right, back, forward, and left to right punch, and that is a lot more complex than Arms, I think.
Yeah.
Because you've got the counters and the reads, where I find with Arms, I find it quite slow and sluggish, actually.
Yeah.
I think find it moves very quickly.
I think that's kind of it's one of those to stop it becoming the frantic doggy paddle of doom.
Yeah, and they want you to be able to actually throw a punch and control it enough to hit them mid-throw, so they can't let you move too much away from it, otherwise the arms would be going everywhere. But so I get how it works. It just, for me, it's like, it's just probably not enough there.
So, to sort of summarise it, would you say it's definitely worth buying?
Yeah.
Borrowing?
No. What I would say, I mean, if there's an opportunity to pick it up on the cheap at some point, do it, because
it's still a Nintendo game.
Yeah, when you're stood behind a column and somebody else is stood behind a column, and you look on your right arm and you've got a boomerang attached to your fist, and you throw out a right hook and you watch the boomerang come off the end of the jab, clip somebody around the back of the head and come back from your left, and you're just you haven't seen them at all. You're just like, oh, this shit.
Yeah.
So there is some still classic sort of like jab the shit out of people moments, but yeah, it's probably not worth it.
One final question then, because Nintendo have obviously pitched in their sales marketing the Switch as a potential sort of the ultimate esports console, essentially, because it is. Everyone can turn up with their own. Well, they're going to have to because they're save files.
Yeah.
But do you see like games like Splatoon and especially ARMS as viable like esports titles?
I do not. I don't see them taking off as esport titles, but I do see them getting thrown around playgrounds and shit like that. I do see people going into school and on their lunchtime just being like, bang, take that controller and smash the shit out.
More going back like the LAN parties.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen a little bit.
Quality.
That's cool. I've seen myself in my own home sit in the kitchen still with the Wii, even with the Switch, the cradle just in the other room. And it's sat there on the table, pass the control to somebody, and just sit there and play it.
Yeah.
And it does work that way. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there we go, folks.
Well, we got to our stakes, really, haven't we?
Yeah. That's what I'd say. I've done my commitment in the fact that I've said early at the beginning of the week that I was going to fuck it, and I did it straight away. So with this one, I intend to commit early in the week, and then that way I know whether I've done it or not. That's my theory.
Yeah.
Stake in the ground for this week is basically it's GTA really.
We've seen
Gunrunner's out.
Yeah, not really had a chance where I've been trying to mac through. I've kind of updated it and turned it on and just had a quick rough look at how much everything is. I mean, there's an awful lot of stuff to buy, but none of it's overly expensive. It's not like luxury yacht money, which is thankful, because I don't want to have to spend £70.
So I've kind of already played it.
Yeah, you were trying to draw me in all last week, weren't you?
But so basically, the commit this week is that we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it hard.
Well, mine is obviously.
That's why I've already kind of done mine.
Is to get up and gun running. So I suppose is a basic necessity is I need the bunker.
Yeah. So long as I think this is going to be very successful, long as you've really got 2 million.
Yeah, which I haven't.
Shitballs.
But that can be easily fixed. I'll just wait till the next Xbox sale and buy a Megalodon card.
Or I'll buy the game with the Megalodon card. That is the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Right, okay, we've got to wrap this bad boy up because we've been rinsing it for too long. Good game of the week though. Feeling that. What's going on? Positive stuff. Right, as always, folks, you know what to do. You like us, you love us, show us some like, show us some love, subscribe, go check out the other podcasts that are all out there, you know what to do. From AngryLink, it's...
Hopefully it's not too hot next week.
Ooh, keep the faith, and from me, I'm out. Peace.